Lifetime Achievement, Canadian Songwriter Hall of Fame inductee, 13-time Juno Award winner. He's inspired and influenced countless artists, a poet, an entertainer whose lyrics have stirred us and soothed us and challenged us. But most importantly today, we celebrate Bruce Cockburn as a loyal friend of the Winnipeg Folk Festival for 50 years. And to say thank you today, we have something special. The key to the city of Winnipeg is the highest award, the highest honor we can bestow on any individual. It's given selectively to an individual who has made an impact on our world and our community. So Bruce, to recognize the incredible impact you've had on our community, and specifically the Winnipeg Folk Festival, it's my honor, with Valerie's assistance, to present you on behalf of all of the people of Winnipeg, the key to the city.
Actually, thanks Winnipeg for the hospitality that I've experienced over all these years, time and time again. It's been a pretty good run, and first time I came west, having grown up in Ottawa, we had one of the first ever campers, a pickup truck with a cap on the back and a makeshift bed in it. And my then wife and I and our dog came west in 1970, and you know, once you enter the actual west, the first thing that you encounter is Winnipeg. And people were so hospitable and so friendly, and it just, you know, it opened up a whole, I could say, a whole life really in a way, because the travel that was the beginning of became a huge part of everything that I've done since, and so you know, so thank you Winnipeg for being here, and for all that you've given. Okay, now somehow I don't have my set list up here, and I'm going to be challenged to remember what it is I want to do. So. But I think I know what I'm going to start with.
Awesome.
I've got to put these things in my ears. These are my in-ear monitors that allow me to hear kind of what you're hearing. And let me get going.
You good there?
That's my original one.
Ahí?
Yes.
There's a couple of adjustments have to be made. This is the nature of festivals, in my experience, that the things you plan don't always turn out the way you planned them. But in the end, things turn out pretty great. Please.
Sorry.
To make that much noise, and I mean that in a good way. For years I had a fantasy of having a noise band, like the shoegazing thing where we just all stand on stage and be as loud as possible. And I suppose that's harking back to some bands I was in the 60s when I started, but still waiting to hear this guitar. I've got the DI, so I can work with that, but I'd rather hear the whole thing. But in the meantime, let's go anyway. baby out of the nurse's hands onto the hard floor of day. I've been wearing old Jay's gloves, and I couldn't get them off. It was too early, but I couldn't sleep. Showered and dressed and stepped out into the heat. The parrot things on the porch next door announced my arrival on Charter Street with their finest rendition of Squealing Brakes. And down in Colony's Cafe, the newspaper headlines promised new revelations about what was then Prince Charles's Amex account. A morose youth in old-time Austrian drag stared past his mustache at the floor. And last night's punks and fetish kids, all tattoos and metal bits. And in the other corner, wearing the white trunks, today's tourists, already sweating. Deep in the city of the saints and fools, pearls before pigs and dung become Jews. I sit down with tigers, I sit down with lions. None of them know who exactly I am. But I've got this thing in my heart I must give you today. It only lives when you give it away. Languid Mandela of the ceiling fan teases the air like a slow stroking hand. Study the faces, study the cars. Study the shadow creeping over the yard. I've got this thing in my heart I must give you today. It only lives when you give it away. Trouble with the nations, trouble with relations. Where you gonna go for some illumination? Too much to carry, too much to let go. Time goes fast, learning goes slow. I've got this thing in my heart I must give you today. It only lives when you give it away. I've got this thing in my heart I must give you today. It only lives when you give it away. Give it away. I'm still not hearing the parts of the guitar that I would like to hear. If we can do something about that, it would be good. I heard that. Love you too. Life wouldn't be the same without you, that's for sure. Back in the 70s, possibly at the time that I first came here, it was in the Yorkville area of Toronto, which was notorious at the time. It was just a row house on a back street, but I had a neighbor who practiced a form of meditation that involved him playing the same note on the guitar for a long time. And he would do this every afternoon for about an hour. And the walls are quite thin between his living room and mine, and I longed for a grenade. It was always the same note, and I never met the guy. I don't even know what he looked like. I saw him come out of his house once, but he was wearing a hat, and I only saw him from above. So, sorry, it's better if this is right.
Curious, I want to know the note count.
That's close enough. Florida Canyon lime juice. It's 3 a.m. Blow a fruit fly off the rim of my glass. The radio's playing Superchunk and the Friends of Dean Martinez. Tires, whacking the potholes, milling humans, shivering energy glow, fusing the spaces between them with bar throb bass and laughter. This were the last night of the world, what would I do? What would I do that was different, unless it was champagne? Child, not to trust in my body. I've carried that burden through my life. But there's a day when we all get to be pried loose. This were the last night of the world, what would I do? What would I do that was different? I've seen the flame of hope among the hopeless, and that was truly and there is a profound, I find, beauty about that whole scene. And one of the major characteristics that you become aware of quickly is that it's very transitory. All those trucks, they seem so solid, but 8 hours from now, it's going to be a whole different set of trucks. And everybody's that was there before is gone. And so it became an image for me of the transitory things in life, and so that's where this song comes from. You never get to stop and open your eyes. One day you're waiting for the sky to fall. The next you're dazzled by the beauty of it all. When you're lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. These fragile bodies of touch and taste. This vibrant skin, this hair like glaze. Spirits open to the thrust of grace. Never a breath you can afford to waste. When you're lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. When you're lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. When your lover's in a dangerous time, sometimes you're made to feel as if your love's a crime. But nothing worth having comes without some kind of fight. Got to kick up the darkness till it bleeds daylight. When your lover's in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. When you're lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Whoa, yeah, It's actually too, as we've seen with the tar sands and all that stuff. But he had edited the film in a rough way to a bunch of music that he picked out that he thought went with it. And so first meeting we had, he said, well, I've got there's all this music in the film, and I want you to write stuff just like it. I said, well, that might not be quite what happens, but I'll give it a shot. And so I ended up writing, an imitation country song and an imitation, I think we came up with an invitation sort of newfie dance thing, and which in effect was a polka, I suppose, something. It wasn't Scottish anyway, but there was no theme song, and he didn't have a theme song for it. And the theme song that I ended up with was not an imitation. Well, it is an imitation. It's an imitation of something that would have been written by somebody who had actually experienced the things the people in the movie are experiencing, but I certainly had not. At the time I wrote this, I'd never been to Cape Breton or anywhere east of Quebec City, actually, and except on the St. Lawrence River, sailing to Norway, which is another story. But anyway, I'm going to take this thing off before I forget to. Anyway, this is the theme song from that movie. It just seemed like if we're looking at, what was happening 50 years ago, this is some of it. Almost. On the Isle of Cape Breton, my father did stay. I'm old, boys, and I know it must get better. But far enough I go. If you see a big hook come out, we went too long. But I'd like you to sing. I couldn't really tell if you were really singing in that last one, but you got to sing in this one. And it's another 70s thing that was meaningful back in the day, and unfortunately it's sort of meaningful again. Maybe it's still, I'm not sure. But anyway, some of you will remember it perhaps. What? That's better. Thank you. Look away across the bay. Yankee gunboat come this way. Uncle Sam gonna save the day. Come tomorrow, we all gonna pay it. It's burn, baby, burn. When am I gonna get my turn? Burn, baby, burn. When am I gonna get my turn? Something dead under the bed. Local diplomats hang their heads. Never mind what the government says. They're either lying or they've been misled. And it's burn, baby, burn. Let's see some mouths moving. When am I going to get my turn? Burn, baby, burn. When am I going to get my turn? You'd buy or bury everyone for liberty and life and just plain fun, and it's burn, baby, burn. When am I gonna get my turn? Burn, baby, burn. When am I gonna get my turn? Let's do it again. Burn, baby, burn. When am I gonna get my turn? Burn, baby, burn. When am I gonna get my turn? Okay, we got to hustle out of here, but we're going to do one more song. It's not very long. For those that are worried about the clock. It's wonderful to hear you cite all those titles, I have to say. It's very gratifying. I didn't hear this one, but you're welcome to join in this song. I should have said this actually before the first song. You could have been in all of these songs had you wished to. Maybe you were.